Hi everyone, and welcome to the NECB eLibrary. In this short video, I'd like to give you an introduction to the Plunkett Research database, an excellent resource located at the NECB eLibrary for company and industry research. This database, which is organized by over 30 industry research centers, provides up-to-date information and analysis on each industry as well as statistical tables, key industry associations, corporate executive contacts, and the ability to screen for companies meeting various criteria such as revenue, location, number of employees, etc. To access the Plunkett Research database, start at the eLibrary homepage. Click on Databases A to Z, which is the gateway to our dozens of databases, and run a search typing in Plunkett Research. So click on Databases A to Z. At the next page, you'll always see these two databases, ProQuest Central and EBSCO Business Source Premier. These are two very large periodical databases, that is, databases that you would use for looking for articles. To find Plunkett, go over here to the right-hand side, type in Plunkett, hit the magnifying glass. You'll see Plunkett Research here, so click on that. At the next page, you'll see it's always under the words "in this bundle," so click on the title of the database, Plunkett Research here. And what you'll be brought to is the home page for the Plunkett Research database. And what you can see here are research centers. It's organized by over 30 research centers. Most of them are by our industries. Some it's geography, such as Asian companies and Canadian industries. Also by type of company, private companies, for example. Here, if you click on that, it'll bring you into a section where you can find information on private companies. A particularly valuable resource, I think, because generally speaking, it's much more challenging to do research on privately held companies as opposed to publicly held companies. Publicly held companies are required to file an extensive amount of documentation with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, and there's a great deal of information from those filings. Private companies aren't usually held to the same standards, so this is a very good place to go if you're looking for data on privately held companies. Just to give you just a brief overview on how things are arranged here, you could, if you wanted to, rather than going into the research center, search across all the industries. Clicking up here will give you the search field for that. There's information here if you were a job seeker. This database, Plunkett, is used a lot by students who are researching companies and doing a job search. Up here, searching for employers gives you useful information. Over here, there are various links you'll see that give you information on how to do market research, how to look for a job. These tutorials are very good as far as the slides and video, providing you with some more detailed information beyond the scope of this webinar on using this database. But let me show you here the Biotechnology Research Center, just to give you a sense of the sort of content you'll find. So click on that. And this, which will come, is you'll come to the home page for biotech, and every one of the industry research centers is organized the same way. And let me show you each one and what sort of information you can find through each one of these links. If you click on Market Research and Trends, what you'll do is brought to this page here, and what you'll find is this is a write-up, and it's called The State of Biotechnology Industry Today, obviously. And go down here. This is all written by Plunkett, very good information, very current. Plunkett's known for updating the information quite frequently, about 4 times a year or more. This is all well sourced. You can go up and down. You can save this as a PDF if you like. Hit this drop down here and you'll see all these other topics about the biotechnology industry. So for example, here's another one from India to Singapore and China, talking about in the international place how these other countries are dealing with biotech development. And again, you can go all the way down here and you can look at each section if you like, so you can get some good background information on the biotechnology industry. Go back up here to this link to get to the home page for the Biotech Research Center. And with that, you can take a look at companies and executives. Here you can do a screening. So if you click on this, what you could do is you could do a search. Say you're looking for, you're going to search for companies in Massachusetts. We're going to limit to Massachusetts. And you're going to say, I want Massachusetts biotech companies with sales greater than 100 million. So I'm typing in 100 million. I'm going to say that I want those companies to be publicly held companies. So I'm going to click on that here. So Massachusetts, sales more than 100 million, and public companies. So I'm going to run a search. And the search results should display companies that meet that criteria, and there they are. And we could, if we wanted to, let's say Biogen. So you can click on this for some more information. And what you'll get here is for Biogen, and this is this opening page on Biogen. So you're getting other companies with which it competes, a description of Biogen. You've got all the senior management here. Going further down, you've got a great deal of financial information. You can do, and this is great for industry analysis also, because you can compare to the industry. You can also build a custom table. You can compare Biogen with other companies. But if you click on financial details, just again give you a sense of what sort of information you'll find here. This is the income statement. Running back several years. You could, if you chose, you could export that. There's balance sheet, there's cash flow, your ratios. Here's a link to the Excel for icon. There's a PDF, balance sheet. There's balance sheet data here. So it's really great for both company industry research as well as industry research. So you can get both levels there. Click on back to here to go back to the home page for the Biotech Research Center. Industry associations is the next link down. Industry associations are, I think, sometimes an underused resource by students when doing research on industries. Industry associations represent the interests of companies in a particular industry, and they're great for data oftentimes. And here you can do a search to identify the industry associations which track biotechnology, which will list the websites for those industry associations, and then you can go to their website, and oftentimes you'll find some very good information posted publicly. Go back to here. Glossary, vocabulary is very important when you're doing research in an industry. If you're researching banking, the terms that are used by bankers and people who analyze banking is different than biotech. It's different than airplane manufacturing. You can do it by letter here, or you can just simply show all the terms. Very, very helpful, because oftentimes you'll come across certain terms that you don't realize, you don't understand the definitions of, rather. This is very good as far as defining terms. And you can see there's quite a bit of language right here. Go back up here again to the home page for biotech. Statistics. This is very good. Also, this is a little broader than just company level. This is the industry in which these companies operate, so it's going to take a little higher view. You can take a drop down here. For example, you might be interested in prescription drug expenditures. Goes back to 1970. This is all data here, which is very helpful, so you can understand the context in which these companies do business. And you'll notice one thing about this data: it's exportable to Excel, so you don't have to copy and paste or anything. And it's also, you can do it as a PDF. Go back to the home page. This build a report feature is really very interesting. This allows you to take all the different sections of these different sections of the Biotech Research Center that I just showed you and build it into a custom report. So you could, for example, just clear all. You could go through and you could say, gee, I think I want to build a report that's going to include that state of biotechnology industry today that we looked at a little while ago. I think I also want to add in something about biotech and maybe stem cells, and then go down here and something from the industry statistics. So let's say you want to include federal R&D, which is already checked here, but I also want to include U.S. prescription drug expenditures, and I think I'd like to add in a few companies. So you could select companies, and you could do a search for companies and also add them into this custom report. At the end, you click View Report, and after a couple minutes, it produces a nice PDF report that summarizes what you want to include on your overview of the biotechnology industry. So once again, going back up here to Plunkett Research, it brings you to the home page, and you could do the same sort of searching if you like in any one of these other 30+ industries. One thing to leave you with, if you go back to the library, this is the Ask a Librarian reference section here. If you ever have any questions about the Plunkett Research database or any database at the library, please remember to click here for 24/7 reference service, or click here and it'll put you in touch with the NECB librarian, and we'll be back in touch with you very quickly. Thank you.